One of Trump's most important executive orders was the one to stop birthright citizenship. The 14th Amendment, Section 1 states all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state wherein they reside. And it goes on, but that is the meat of the 14th Amendment, Section 1. It does not mean that anyone born here is a citizen. The jurisdiction thereof is meant for U.S. territories like Guam, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, etc. We know it wasn't intended to be used like this because they ban ambassadors and diplomats' children who are here. And when their children are born in the United States, they are not U.S. citizens. You think they were worried about the 100 ambassadors' children that were here and not the hundreds of thousands of tourists and business people that were here? No, it was never intended to be able to pop out a baby the second you land on our soil and call yourself a citizen. The main reason for the article was to make sure black slaves were not denied citizenship. It was about the Dred Scott decision. The liberal news media is acting like this is a constitutional fact. It is just not true. It comes from an 1897 Supreme Court decision, the U.S. versus Wong Kim Ark. Now, I've probably butchered that name, but it is a Supreme Court decision about the Constitution. I love how liberals hate tradition, and they even hate the Supreme Court now. But they don't mind this old Supreme Court decision that, they were probably all racist on the courts at the time. And, they probably were. And I'm sure a lot of their grandparents and daddies might have even owned slaves. But this decision seems to be okay. We're going to accept that as the final decision of the Supreme Court. Well, the Supreme Court never makes final decisions. It is always reviewed decades later by another court. Many Supreme Court decisions have been reversed over the years. How about separate but equal? That doesn't exist anymore. How about Roe v. Wade? How did that work out for you liberals? Now, Trump is going to face an uphill battle on this because we have a lot of squishy Supreme Court justices, and they do not want to fight in certain areas. If he loses this case, which will eventually be cited, who knows, a year from now, the next steps would be unclear. He would need to appoint new Supreme Court members as positions become vacant. That is highly unlikely. What would the next step be? A pregnancy test before you enter the United States? Good luck with that one. The other thing he can do as a little thing, say, okay, if they have their citizenship, but no member of that family will be allowed to be a citizen. Nobody will even be allowed to enter this country. If you come here and purposely pop out a child for that reason, your family will never be allowed permanent residency in this country, and your family will never be allowed to be a citizen. When you get 18, you can come over here by yourself. If you like these short political rants, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks for listening.